Hi everybody, it's Daniel. This is how I work. This is a new series on where I'm going to build simple Android apps. So you see right in front of us, we have this basic e-commerce app. I just built this in about like 10 or 15 minutes. I just did it. So we're going to recreate this app. This uses a RecyclerView. It's a list of data. You can see right now it's just apples, but you could put in bananas, milk, bicycles, apartments, houses, cars, news. You could put anything inside of here. The concepts are going to be the same from app to app. Like you're still going to use a RecyclerView. You're still going to be using ImageView, Picasso, Internet, Android APIs. You're still going to be using a lot of this, but you can customize the images to whatever you want. Like say you don't like the red colors or the names or the pictures, you can change that all around. It's all up to you. You don't like the black color scheme, that can be changed. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and just, this is just to show you what we're going to do, but you kind of got a feel for it. I'm going to go ahead and just close it out, and we're going to do a new Android Studio project. We'll call this Dan's Ecommerce. I already have a domain. It's going to save somewhere. Make sure you check Kotlin there. Next, basic activity, next, finish. And this should open up the Android Studio in a couple of seconds in. Here we are. So the first thing that I always do whenever I start an Android Studio project is I go to terminal and I do a git init. So I term here and we can see where we are, and let's go to see. And if you don't get this part, it's okay. You can skip this part, but I'm just going to show you what I usually do. So cd, so I'll cd into Android Studio. I think, what was it? I can look up here. It's Dan's Ecommerce. So Dan's Ecommerce. So get status, nothing, get init, get add dot, get status, get commit, dash m. And then we'll do let's do this, initial commit. Now, if you didn't catch that, don't worry about it. That's just for me. I can go back later. Git is really cool, and I have another video on it, but if you leave some comments, if you have questions, I'll try to get to them. So here it is right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I don't like the colors. So let's go to resources and just go. So I'm inside of Android view right there, but yeah, app, resources, values, go to, what is it, colors. Yeah, colors. And see these numbers here? You can click on the color and you can change the color to anything that you want. Doesn't matter, it can be anything. Or if you know the code, you can type it in here. So CE0000, or you can just copy and paste it in, or you can go over here and just make that one a little bit darker. Click choose. This one will make black. So we can go into there and just make it all the way to black. And there we go, there are our colors. So if I go back to here, see now our colors are appearing here. So that's all good. So let's go ahead and select that, and I'm going to get rid of that because we don't need it. I'm going to search for a RecyclerView. Here it is. I'm going to drag it in. I'll just drag it there for now. And see how there's some spacing around it? So what I like to do is I like to switch between design and text view a lot. So I'm going to go to text view, and it's giving us some errors. So I'm going to get rid of those absolute editors, absolute stuff there. Give this an ID of, we'll go this RecyclerView like that. And see how the numbers are hard coded there? Let's not do that. So if I go back to here, that's if you want to set it to like 200 dp to like 300 dp. Yeah, so there it is. But oh yeah, let me go to it. So yeah, there's our 200 by 300 dp window, but we want it to fill the entire screen. So we're going to get rid of that. 300 dp. So yeah, 300 dp, and there it is, it's square. So I'm going to change both of these to 0 dp, and we need to also do some other stuff. So if you look at it right now, you can't see it because it's really small because it's 0 by 0. It needs to be something, or we need to apply constraint layout stuff. So let's do that. Let's do left parent, right parent, top parent, bottom parent. So if you didn't catch all of that, it's that code right there. Just it's bottom to bottom, left to left, right to right, top to top, parent for all of those. And that's self-closing, so it's fine. And if we go back to, see, there it is. So we have all of our products there. Or not all of our products, but you can kind of see the beginning of RecyclerView. Okay, now that's good, and I think I'm going to go ahead and close that by shift clicking on the title there, and let's go ahead and do this. It has an ID, so we're actually good. So I'm going to go ahead and bet that we're not going to need this again. I'm going to close it. Now in our main activity, which you can access from Java here, main activity, a lot of this code isn't really useful for us, at least not at this stage, so I'll just get rid of it. There we go. Actually, what we should probably do, we should probably run it. So I'm going to do Control R on a Mac, or you can click the green button right there. I always check that because it's the same emulator again and again. I have an older Nexus 5X emulator that's up, so I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And in just a second, you should see, oh, here it is. I already had it open, so that's why it's so fast. But if we wait, it's building. The Gradle is building right now, so give it a couple of seconds. And if we open it up, see, here it is. So now there's no data, there's no list because we haven't filled it in yet, but our colors are the same. It says Dan's Ecommerce. So I'm going to go into values, strings, and I'm going to change the title to Dan's Ecommerce. And it's given us an error because of the apostrophe. We need to backslash it. So we'll do that. And if we go ahead and shift click on there and do Control R again, or again that button right there, the green one, then this will open it up. And let's go back to here, and yeah, now it says Dan's Ecommerce. So this is perfect. This is exactly what we want. So I'm going to go inside of Uncreate. This happens every time that the app opens up. Basically, think of it. Anything inside of Uncreate. Just kind of think of, hey, when the screen comes up, when the screen appears. Not exactly true, but let's do this. Let's do RecyclerView dot apply. Not what we wanted. Dot apply, and this is Kotlin again. So actually, I don't think I said this was Kotlin. Let's do. So now we can do linear, let's do there actually, linear, I just get, what? Oh, let's, oh, it is apply actually. Let's do layout manager equals linear layout manager. We need a context, so I'm going to do this, and it's suggesting this at activity, because the context of this would actually apply to. It's just complicated. Just do that for now. Just do it. And let's go ahead and see that. So that's cool. Okay, so now we're basically saying, hey, on the recycler view, we want to set a layout manager, but we also want to set an adapter. So we set our adapter equals, then we'll call this products adapter, and that's good for now. So it's not created yet, so let's go over here, and I'm going to do something. I'm going to do Command N, and I'm going to start typing Kotlin, hit enter, then type in products adapter, capitalization is important. C class. I'm going to go ahead and yes, I want to save this in Git. Okay, here's our class. So let's go ahead and we need to extend RecyclerView. So how do we do that? So let's do extend. So in Java you did extends and then you put your class there, but in Kotlin you just do that. So let's do RecyclerView dot adapter, and then inside of here we'll do products adapter dot view holder, and that's all good. And we're gonna put, I think those go there. So we're getting some errors here. You see that text is red and that's red. Let's go ahead and click on there and do Option Enter on Mac. I think it's Alt Enter on a PC, I think, or look it up. So here is, I'm gonna go ahead and select all of those. And here we are. So it generates a ton of stuff for us. So that's just outside of the box. We get all of that where we can just easily import that or get to it. Okay, I'm going to click again on View Holder, do Option Enter, create class View Holder, and we'll do it inside of here. And I'm going to go ahead and move that class down to the, or that, yeah, subclass down to the bottom. And let's just go ahead and knock this out. So we have, okay, so when we have in main activity, we want to pass our products from here to our adapter. So we'll call this private val products equals an array, or is of type array list of products. And we don't have that yet. Let's create it. Okay, over here, first I'm going to create a new package. We'll call this model. And you can put it anywhere really, but I just like to do this. So I do Kotlin, and then we'll call this product. And I'm going to change this to a class. And class is kind of what we need, but we specifically need a data class. So let's get to that. And here we are. We have those. So we don't. So this is like, what is our product going to consist of? So right now, let's do title string. We'll do photo URL. I'll just call it. No, I can't decide photo URL. We'll do photo. That'll be no, I don't like it. URL, because that's what it really is. String. Then val. We didn't do this before, but we'll do price. So let's do price, and that'll be double. So there we are. So and another way to format this would be to go like this, where you can actually see everything. There are many ways to format code, but that makes it nice and easy. You can tell, hey, we have a title, we have a product URL, and we have a price. So all these three things there, those three things are what we need. So we're done with this class. Let's go ahead and just X out of that. And I'm going to come back to here and I can retype product. And there we are. And it's giving us an error. I'm going to do Option Enter, click on it. And then I'm going to import that. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, this needs to extend. Oh, okay, so this needs to extend. RecyclerView .view holder. So there we are. So we're getting some errors here, and we need to pass in. I think we. Oh yeah, we need to do that. Let's just get rid of that. Let's do this again. Let's see. Class view holder extend view item view, and I think this is of type. Oh, this is okay. Just a second. Scroll through here. I'm messing here. I'm trying to get this going. Let's see. So we got our view holder. Oh, here we. Oh, let's just do this again. Let's automatically generate it. Wait, what happened? Wait, no, that should be. That should be. Oh, that should be. Products. Let's see if I can type this again. Products adapter.view holder. Is that right? Let's get rid of that for now. Just a second. Yeah, things always happen. I Google stuff all the time, but let's see. Let's go ahead and click on it, Option Enter. That should create the class for us, and it's not. Oh, let's do this now. Option Enter, implement members. Oh, I see. So onbind view holder. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that onbind view holder. And this one right here, I don't know what that's. Oh, here we go. Create class. Okay, let's do this. So there it is. Now let's move it down to the bottom. And let's take item view. And we'll call this, and this one should be, there are a lot of options here. I think this one should be the recycler view, item view holder. There we go. Extends view. That's giving us an error. What's going on here? Just a second. I'm gonna see if whenever you don't know something, or I forget some stuff every once in a while. Let's do Android. To be honest, I've been doing at my previous job. I've been doing a bunch of iOS development. So I'm like, I'll use to like iOS stuff, and then I come back to Android. I'm like, wait, what's going on? So we could just copy it from here. So that's what I'm gonna do. So text view, I'll do it a little bit differently there. So let's go back to by the way, whenever you want to learn something, just put it in like Android RecyclerView tutorial, and you can see all kinds of stuff on how to do it. But I actually have another project open that I just was in, the demo app that I made. I'm just gonna go here really quick. Products adapter. So it's of type view. So into item view holder. It's view. And then this one was. So there we go. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back. And I'm going to go ahead and close that. So here we go again. Okay, now that I'm remembering how to do this. So we have, did I do that? Let's go ahead and do this again. Let's do, there we go. Okay, now let's, the easy thing to do is count. So this is how many products are inside of, this list. So this is going to be a list of size products.size. So if there are 100 products, if there are 22 products, if there are 57 products, it'll just get the size for that. And there's an ambulance outside or something. There's fire trucks you can probably hear in the background. So let's go. What else do we need to do? Let's do this. Actually, no, let's do this. Okay, so down here, let's do this. No, let's not do that. Sorry. We're going to create a view. So let's do this new layout file, and we'll call this product row. And this will be our row. So every single time, and if I go to design mode down there or use the keyboard shortcut, this will be our basic row. So let's do something. Let's do image view. Again, a bad practice, but we're going to do this for now. We'll call this photo. So we have our photo, and it's, you can see it in the top left corner there. There's nothing there. Let's go ahead and do one more thing. Let's do text view wrap, bad practice. It's gonna do it anyways. We'll fix it later. ID, we'll call this title, or it could be name, or it could be anything really. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. And if I come back to there, oh, let's give it some text. So just so we can see it. So text, or I'll call this organic applesauce. I kind of like applesauce, it's pretty cool. Okay, so we have products. Let's go back to here. Let's do val title. Let's do image view first. Image equals of type image view. It's going to equal item view there. So item view dot find view by ID id dot photo, and this right there lines up with the ID we gave it right there. So that image right there is referencing, it's being referenced from right there. And so we can actually come up here and we'll do holder dot, don't have it set up. Let's do title first. So I'm going to duplicate that and we'll do title. And again, the same thing, except this is going to be a text view. So we have a text view, and then I'm going to go ahead and do title, and there we are. So we have our image, we have our title. Let's go back up to here, and let's do holder dot title dot text equals, then we'll do this. We want to get the products that we're passing in up here and do products dot then position. So if we have 100 products, we don't want to show the same product again and again 100 times. So that way we're saying, hey, products, start at 1, go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're not getting the same product again and again. We're actually getting the position that's passed up from right here. That starts at 0 and goes up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just keeps going up and up. And then products dot title, that should fix that error. One more thing we need to do, we need to work on our Uncreate view holder. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do val view equals layout inflator.from parent.context, I think, .inflate. And then this is where we need our product row there. So we'll do r.layout.product row. That's the file over there. Parent false. Don't need semicolons. And then we're going to return a view holder with view in it. So there we are. This should be done, but I think we have some errors in here, and we're not actually generating products yet. So let's do that. Let's do for in 0 100. So this will basically loop through. It'll start at 0 and go up to 100 times. So let's go ahead and do, we need a variable up here. Let's do val products and equals array list of, and we'll do product. So let's do this products dot add, and then we'll add a product. And again, this product right here, if I command click on it, this is what we created a moment ago. So our title, photo URL, and price. That's what we just created. So I'm going to put my mouse in there and do command P, and it tells me, oh, we need a title. So we'll call this organic apple URL. We'll get to that in just a second, and then let's do 1.99. So this is US dollar, say. We won't get into all that kind of stuff later, but for now this will work. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this and just see what happens. A lot of times I'll be working on stuff for a long time, and I just want to run it to see what happens. So we got some errors here. Products, yeah, we didn't pass anything there. Still got an error. So products, and there we go. I'm gonna run it. Oops. I'm going to run it again, see if this fixes that. It looks like we're good. Build tasks. Here we are. So now we can scroll, and you notice, see there's organic apple right there. Can you see that? Zoom in if you need to. But there's organic apple. See how there's a bunch of space between them? We need to fix that right now. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and do, so we go into our product, and I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger again so we can actually see it. And if we go here, let's wait. Oh yeah, so let's go back to our text view, and I'm just switching between the two at the bottom there. I'm using the keyboard shortcut, but anyways, fine really. So let's go ahead and do this constraint, the root constraint layout to wrap. So we have that there. And now if I go ahead and run it again, then go back to my emulator, they should be right next to each other, and they are. So the square between them is where that image is going to go. So what I want to do is I want to do 0dp there, and we'll do wrap. And let's go ahead and give these actual values. Let's do left, left, parent, right, right, parent, top, top, parent. So these are just constraint layouts. Again, left, left, right, right. We saw the same thing with our recycler view. So the same thing right there is going on. So we have that. I'm going to go ahead and just view it. I like to view it a lot. Kind of messes up. Let's do this. Constraint. Let's do. I think we can do that. That doesn't make it a square. There's something like that does. I forget. Let's do this. Let's do background. I like to do that. It's really easy to see what's going on. So the width and then the wrap is, let's do 0dp. There we go. That's kind of big, but that's what I use for testing a lot. It's just easy to test stuff out. So that's going to be a huge image. So let's go down to here, and oh, if we notice, see how the applesauce is going to be on top of the image? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do top bottom of photo. So it says, hey, this text view right here, all of this text view, let's put the top of this text view to the bottom of the photo here. So we have that on top, and then that's next. So if I go back, that should be at the bottom. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing. I'll do width 0dp. We'll do left, left, parent, right, right, parent, and that should do it. Okay, so now the text is not centered, but let's center it because I think it looks better that way, but do whatever your designer wants. Let's do this. Let's do text alignment center. We'll just do that there. And there we are. Okay, cool. So save it, and we can extract a string resource if we wanted to. I'm just going to run it. Go back to the emulator, and we should see something. Okay, cool. So there's our apple. Now there's a bunch of space in between there, but I kind of left that there intentionally because we want to change this into a grid. So well, first let's add the image. Let's go ahead and add the image in there so we can see. So I'm just going to go to, so I already Googled something. I'm going to do photo placeholder. And there's lots of websites that do this. So I'm just going to pick a random image here. There's like placeholder.com. Let's do this. Let's see if this one will work. I'm just going to get that. Here we go. Let's just do that. Let's just see what this does. So this gives us an image. Let's do this. Let's do 200 by 200. Okay, so there's a 200 by 200 image. I'm going to copy that. And there's probably a way to put text on there, but I don't want to figure it out. Bunch of ads, cool stuff you can do, texts. I don't see this. I don't see text on here. Color. Oh, I see it. There it is. Huh, cool. Anyway, so we're done with that. So copy this. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that for now. Go back to Android Studio. And for our main activity, when we pass in the URL, which was blank earlier, I'm going to pass in that URL. So now we have a URL in our main activity, but we need to bring it into our product adapter. So how do we do that? Let's go ahead and do something. We're going to use Picasso. So Picasso, Android, can't type, there it is, square. A lot of times you scroll to the bottom and you can pull in the dependency. So this is a cool library that lets you easily display images. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to Gradle Build Scripts, then the module app one, and I'm going to just paste it in there, and then we need to sync it. So after it syncs, this should have all of our stuff we need inside of the app. So it's synced successfully. I'm going to shift click to close, shift click to close. We're done with that, and shift click to close on that because we're done with it. Okay, cool. Now we're back into here. So we have our image and title, but we only set, but inside of onBind view holder, we only set the title. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's do Picasso. Let's do, again, the thing we just pulled in, .get, .load, and then we need this URL. So we're going to pull in products, position, photo URL, and we're getting the products from up there. So right there, which is ultimately coming from right there, which if we track it down is basically just that right there. This is 100 times. So that's where we're getting this from. So we have position.photo URL. Now let's do, so we have Picasso.get, then load an image into a target. So what do we call this? Down here it's image, a holder.image, and there it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bet that this is, oh, we need internet. Manifest, really important. Uses permission, internet. That way it can download the internet from the website. So I'm bet this is gonna work. So let's open up the emulator and let's see what this looks like. I bet it'll work. I bet it will. And it does. It looks a little bit pixelated. You know what, I want to go back and I want to see, I want to go back to here and see if I can make it a, there's another one. Let's see how to make it color. Let's do color. It's good. Why is this not working? Something's going on. I don't know why that's not able to select that. Oh, that's an image. Is that an image? Hold on. Here, let's do it this way. Oh. Let's copy that. And then I think it was slash. There we go. Okay, cool. So at least it's something. This looks terrible, but at least you know that you can't mistake that it's 300 by 350, or 350 by 350. So let's go ahead and replace that. Let's go back to our main activity, and I'm just going to paste it in there. So we have some random colors, and we could use any kind of colors. So I'm going to go ahead and run it, and let's see what it looks like now. So kind of cool. There are your products. Let's go back to our row, resources, layout, product row. Let's do text size. We'll do 32 SP, really important. So it's going to be nice and huge. I'm going to run that again. Go back to the emulator, and you can see here it is. So it's much better. It needs spacing, but it's pretty good. So now there's one more thing I want to do. I want to make it a grid. So in my original app, how I had two side by side, it's really simple. It's something kind of like we just need to go into main activity and do, I think it was like grid layout manager. We pass the context and how many rows we want, so 2 there. So I'm going to go ahead and run this, and this should have 2 columns side by side. So if we look at it, you can see there's no spacing. We really need spacing to see this. So I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to do padding 16 dp. And that just gives it a little bit of spacing around the edges. Did I do that right? Yeah, padding, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and run this and see what happens. I think this will work, and that'll be it for the video, at least for today. And it didn't work. Okay, let's go back to here. Let's do this. Let's do, oh, I just did top. That's probably what's going on. Let's go back to here, and this should work. There we go, so there's our grid. Now, to get this working, what you need to do is go to main activity and then provide the correct image right there. So right there is where you can, what am I trying to say? Is where you can just put in your own image. It can be an entirely different URL. It'll load into those yellow spots, yellow images. So that's it. I want to close off with something. I'm going to in/stand. So if you are not connected with me on LinkedIn, go ahead and send me a LinkedIn request, because I'm happy to do LinkedIn requests for everybody. So here we are. I'll put this link in my description for the YouTube video, but if you want to send me a message, or if you want me to cover something specifically, send me a LinkedIn message and I'll be sure to get back to you, and I'll try to make as many videos as I can. So just connect with me here on LinkedIn, send me a message, and hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you learned how to make this app. I know I went kind of fast. Leave comments if you need help, and I'll try to get to them. So thanks so much. Bye.